In this video, I'm going to tell you my story. I can't believe that I have actually gotten this far and been using YouTube for this long and I have not ever told my story yet. I mean, how do you really know that I know what I'm talking about? Like, you really don't unless you know the story of why I am online doing what I do. I am probably going to tell you things in this video that I don't even know if I've told my husband some of this stuff. So if you're liking this informal type of video, a little bit different than the normal stuff that I do videos on, leave a comment below and let me know that you're liking this. Right around when we had our first kiddo, we were about $35,000 in debt. And right after I had him, I decided that I was going to quit my business at the time. At the time, I was a pet sitter, dog walker, dog trainer. Just being married without kids, I was making plenty for us as a couple with that business, but I knew we were gonna have more kids. And I knew that having multiple kids in daycare would quickly outprice how much I was making in my business. So I decided to stop. Now, I considered us pretty normal at the time. We had debt, but at the end of the month, we always figured out a way to pay all of our bills. And one day I was in Target and I found this really, really cute silverware set. I think it was $24.99 or $29.99. And I realized, oh my God, like, we can't afford that. I can't buy that right now. It occurred to me in that moment, we were one emergency away from being financially ruined. I left Target and I got in my car and I was like, I'm done. I am done. This was my aha moment. That's the part that I don't even think that I told my husband or I even told my friends, was that moment with the silverware in Target. And I spent every single solitary second after that, any free time I had, just Googling and watching videos about how I was going to fix this. Now, I should mention that a couple of years before we had our first kiddo, I started having this reoccurring nightmare. And the reoccurring nightmare was that somebody or something was chasing me and it was trying to kill me. And I would be just out of sight of it. Like I'd be in a bush or I would be in a closet with the door open and I could see the thing, person or monster trying to kill me, and I had this feeling that at any moment it would see me and kill me. I went home and I watched every YouTube video I could find. I had to read as much blog articles as I could find. So many different things, and I just absorbed it like a sponge because knowledge is power, and I knew if I had the knowledge, I could figure this huge problem out. What I learned really quickly was that I had to take it one step at a time. So you can't pay off debt, work 70 hours a week, learn about investing money, and never buy anything ever again. Those are way too many extremes all at the same time. And so I had to break it down into sizable chunks. First thing my husband and I did was figure out ways that we could drastically cut our spending. And we did it. We were able to cut our spending by $38,000 a month. And the way I try to explain how we did this, I'll put a little image right here. I call it the savings onion, or savings like an onion. I looked at all the things on the outside of our onion only, and then I figured out how to save as much money as I could on all the items outside of our onion. And then when that was done, I just went into the other layer of the onion, figured out that layer, and then so on until we maximized how much money we could save. The next thing we had to do was tackle our debt, which is easier said than done. It was $35,000. I didn't even know where to start. The number seemed so big. I remember when we first started, I really had some serious doubts if we were really going to be able to do it. We scaled back everything to the point of ridiculousness. In the midst of all that, we did buy a house, and so we went for 8 months without buying anything new for the house. And I really felt like as soon as we started to gain some ground in paying off our debt, something would break, something major would happen. But we did. We got through it in 8 months, and we saved up our emergency fund. I mean, I could do a whole video on how we really paid off our debt, get into the nuts and bolts of it. But the advice that I want to give you now is to have a plan and stick to it. That's really the best thing you can do. Also, don't just sort of want to pay off your debt. You have to be super intentional and super gung-ho about paying off your debt, especially if it's a big number. If you aren't, you're going to lose your momentum really, really quickly. And then the next thing I had to do was increase my income, because at the time I wasn't making anything at all. To dabble in the internet world, and I was able to to make some money on Etsy, and I was able to make some money on eBay. I talk about that a little bit in other videos. Through this journey, and it has been a journey, I just became super, super passionate about helping other people, especially women, especially moms, change where they are financially. It broke my heart when I would talk to other moms and all they want to do was bring their kids to the water park for that day, and they just would say they just couldn't afford it. Or I would hear them talking about how they weren't sure they're going to be able to pay their mortgage payment. Complaints like that. I just wanted to help as many women as I could, because I knew that they didn't need to be anxious or stress out about money, and that it was a solvable problem. So that is why I am here. I eventually started to do like little things on the internet here and there, and it was super uncomfortable, but my passion outweighed my uncomfortableness, and I am here to help as many people as I can change their financial life. I want you to be able to take your kids to that water park and not have to feel stressed out about how that little trip is going to make it so you're more stressed next week about money, or more stressed next week about how you're going to buy groceries. The day we made that last debt payment, I never had that nightmare again. It said to me that I was manifesting the stress and anxiety way deeper than I thought at the moment. And it doesn't have to be that way. I heard a quote once, and it was, everything is figure outable, and I carry that with me every single day. I want to be the resource that you figure out what you need to do to get to where you want to be. Thank you so much for watching this very intimate story about my life. If you guys liked this little informal chit chat with me video, leave a comment below and let me know your opinion about it, even if you don't ever want to see one of these again. I am Becky. I am a money saving expert, and I am here to help you save money, live frugally, pay off debt, and make more money. If that's something that interests you, please give me a follow and share this video with a friend. I love you guys so much. Go out and do something nice for somebody.